Hi, welcome to Women of Lancaster Avenue, an exhibition of 9 women as part of the Look on Lancaster Avenue, a Philadelphia Restores Corridors Through Art project that involved art exhibitions, window installations, and performances. Community partners include Drexel University, the University City District, and the People's Emergency Center, who was generous enough to donate this space to us for the exhibition. The website for the project is lancasterAvenueArts.com, and you can see all of the other windows installations and galleries installations that are up and down Lancaster Avenue as part of this project. This show features work from Maria Anasazi, Wendy Graves Papadopoulos, Mandy Katz, Liddy Lindsay, myself, I'm Bonnie MacAllister, Virginia Maximowitz, Rebecca Rose, Ellen Tiberino, and Anna Uribe. And the show opened on September 30th, and it will run until October 29th. We have regular gallery hours, Wednesdays 5 through 9, and Saturdays 12 through 6, through the month of October. And this is a temporary gallery space donated to us by the People's Emergency Center, or the PEC. I wanted to start off with the poem that came to me when I found out that I was going to be involved with this project. My grandfather is from West Philly, so he plays a little bit in this poem, and this was the sign, the Women of Lancaster Avenue, the Rodeo Drive of West Philadelphia, that actually hung not too far from here. And I'm going to read the poem that is inspired by this sign. And the actual sign is hanging in a window in one of the galleries on 3800 block of Lancaster. Lancaster Avenue, the Rodeo Drive of West Philadelphia. The southeast corner of 39th Street bears a blue sign, Lancaster Avenue, the Rodeo Drive of West Philadelphia. My grandfather shot these streets during the turn of the century. He might never have crossed a bridge if the L had not carried him. My grandmother always asked if I'd made it as far as the White Horse. Her West Philly was never colorized, frozen in her snapshots. We can ride the 10 trolley past where the turnpike linked at 34th, Lancaster and Philadelphia at a stretch of 62 miles. They called it the Lincoln Highway, numbered it Route 30. Raised their kids on produce and local meats, tipped their barber with advice. The apothecary still stands, patients wait in front, pedestrians cross against traffic, cars block traffic lanes. It seems like more of an obstacle course than a motorway these days. Corner churches share space with boards on storefront. The neighborhood jazz and zouk, the repetition of organs and pedals, the punk rock chords that housed a peacock, the artists who were there. I'm going to introduce you to some work by Mandy Katz. Who, along with Justin Durr, her band, played Geb the Great Cackler at our opening, which was really great, and we had a huge turnout, and we're thankful to everyone who came out. I have some information for you about Mandy. Mandy is showing mixed media paintings and drawings that express her subjective experience of the local architecture. So included are portraits of Hawthorne Hall, the large piece hanging right here above the plant life, and she has lived in various West Philadelphia neighborhoods over the past 15 years, and she's been in West Palatine for the last 4. And she lives very close to me. We all live within blocks of here. By day, she works as a gardener at Bartram's Garden, and she very passionately collects and tends both rare and common plants there. And she is devoted to personal creative expression, and for her, that has taken a variety of forms, including music making, painting, sewing, ceramics, dress-up, building, and gardening. And if you'd like to see some more images of her work, her website is flickr.com/photo/MandyKatz. I'm very excited to present to you my own work in this show. There are 9 women, and we all live in the neighborhood. And I am a member of the Women's Caucus for Art, so that's why it identifies me as a WCA member, and that's a national organization that was formed in 1972 in Philadelphia to promote women in the arts, and there is one other exhibiting WCA member who I'll point out to you. I work in oil, watercolor, film, theater, mixed media. I explore a lot of different mediums. I recently have shown work. This piece in the middle was shown at the Delaware Art Museum. I've shown recently in Mexico, and in New Jersey, and in Missouri. I was lucky enough to study with some really rock star professors when I went to the Sorbonne in Paris, such as Jacques Derrida, Agnes Varda, Hélène Cixous. I won a Fulbright in 2009, and I studied in Ethiopia. And as a poet, I'm thrilled to say that I'm a Pushcart Prize nominee. And I live in Saunders Park, which some people call West Palatine, and it's right around the corner. In sculpture, installation, video, and performance. She's had solo exhibitions at the Delaware Center for Contemporary Art, Arlington Arts Place, and Pyramid Atlantic. And she's been included in many group exhibitions in the US and Europe. And through her art, she interacts and transforms materials that are remnants of our collective history by adding personal meaning to them, she writes. And her website is mariaanasazi.com.
Wendy has lived in West Palatine for 15 years.
And she's been an active volunteer at the University Arts League. She's the co-founder of the Satellite Cafe, which is my favorite cafe in Philadelphia, and my husband's. And it's at the corner of 50th and Baltimore. And her current work is the hand-dyed natural fabrics, which are assembled into blankets, which we demonstrated to you the topographical map, which was a hand-dyed fabric. And she believes that there is something inherently valuable in art that you can use, i.e. ornamental utilitarianism. And she also works in ceramics and silversmithing, which you can see in her beautiful pottery. This is a piece called Regional Bedrock, which is by Wendy Graves Papadopoulos, and it's made of natural and synthetic fabrics and polyester fiber film. So if you remove the top layer, you'll find the bedrock underneath, but first you have to find where you are located, since this is a map of the region, and if you're a resident of this region, you can find your home, your place on Earth, topographically, and then reveal it. And Wendy has provided us with a key that tells you what the bedrock is made of, and you can see it here. Well, Virginia Maximowitz is the other Women's Caucus for Art member exhibiting in the show, and she has really been a tremendous mentor for me, and she also lives right around the corner from me, which is really fun. And she was born in New York City, and now she lives in Powelton Village. She is a past recipient of the NEA Fellowship in Sculpture, which is a huge distinction, and she has exhibited her work at the Franklin Furnace, the Alternative Museum, the Elizabeth Foundation and Gray Gallery in New York City, as well as in college, university, and nonprofit galleries across the country. Her recent installations have combined representations of the female body with architectural elements, as you can see in this work. And she's currently chair of the Art and Art History Department at Franklin and Marshall College in Lancaster. Her website is tndm.us. So I am pleased to present the work of Ana Uribe, who is a new friend of mine as a result of putting out the call for this show. She is a very talented artist, and she enjoys working in both her native Colombia and in Philadelphia as a muralist. And she's worked on a number of mural arts program murals, and in the 1980s, when the men of her family died, she went back to Colombia. And with her mother, she moved to the cattle ranch in the, I'm going to mispronounce it, I hope not, Cauca region of Antioquia, Colombia, and that's where she started painting landscapes. By expressing herself through them, she experienced the power of nature, and her whole career took a meaningful path that has carried her on since then. Her website is Ana, so it's, let me spell it for you because it's complicated, ANAURIBEV. When I asked Ellen to be in the show, I told her you belong in this show because her family is native to the area, and they have the Ellen Powell Tiberino Museum just up the street. And so I say that Ellen can claim a connection to the Lancaster corridor since birth, which is true. And she's the daughter of distinguished artists Ellen Powell Tiberino and Joe Tiberino, who have always been very good to the city of Philadelphia, and they're considered the first family of Philadelphia by some. She studied visual arts at Fleischer Art Memorial and Moore College as a child, and during high school she was at Kappa, and she studied performing arts of drama, dance, and singing. Over the past 5 years, as well as teaching, she directed her main energies to sculptural relief glasswork, mural, and easel size. And she's worked with artist Joseph Brenman, who is a good friend of ours, and Gail Groniger-Scuderi on different mosaic mural projects and the Community Peace Pole Project, which is a project between the Ellen Powell Tiberino Museum and the West Park Cultural and Opportunity Center, where students affix clay masks to a pole in mosaic. Ellen also curates shows at the museum, and the museum is named for her mother. And she has executed 2 major murals there, which are called And Still I Rise and Tomorrow's a New Day. She's currently working on several smaller mosaic pieces for upcoming shows. The website for the family is tiberinomuseum.org. So this is some work by Rebecca Rose, who is a portrait painter, sculptor, and the director of the RMFAC Studio Gallery, located just up on Spring Garden, her works of art are inspirational on quality and exceptional detail. She has met many presidents, and she is known for the bust that she did, which you can view through the glass windows of this gallery, of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., which she did. It's extraordinary. She studied under Miss Rose Washington Metzger, who was known for her work during the Harlem Renaissance. And she has created commissions, which, as I mentioned, the bronze bust, it's actually designated a Pennsylvania State Historic Marker. And it was launched by the Hub Coalition in 2008 as a public art project. Her website is complicated, but it's www.wix.com/Rebecca_Rose/RMFA. So the last artist of my neighbors and artists of the Women of Lancaster Avenue is Miss Liddy Lindsay, who has been living and working in Pelton Village, just around the corner from me, since 1987. She graduated from Tyler in 1976, and then from 78 to 83, she was lucky enough to live in Perugia, Italy. And while there, she studied decorative painting and fine art. Since returning to Philadelphia in 1983, she's had a decorative painting business with many clients, including the Reading Terminal Market, Winterthur and Ebenezer Maxwell Mansions, and Lydia also designed the mural, which was on the corner of Baring Street and Saunders Avenue in Powelton Village, which I could see from the end of my street. And her website is liddylindsay.com. So thank you very much for coming to Women of Lancaster Avenue. We're happy to have you, and we are here through October. And our artists are very busy creating new work, so make sure to check out their web links and see what projects are coming up for them. And we very much thank Drexel University, the City of Philadelphia, the People's Emergency Center, and University City District for sponsoring this project. Thank you.